Beloved, welcome back to the next episode of Building Your Very Own Cozy Cabin. Today we are going to do something very exciting. I'll be operating at the extreme limits of my abilities. We're going to be doing the picture frame deck. Hello, Miss Pants. How are you doing? Did you come to help? Hit that thumbs up, beloved, and be kind. Remember, this is not necessarily a tutorial on how to, but more likely a cautionary tale. Double check this overhang. I think we were going 7/8 on that. Match the other side. For right or for wrong, I've done what I've done. We'll see if it works. We are perfectly square. Goodness, I'm wishing I would have kept this out of the sun. Starting to get some twist in here. This is that piece with the wane on it, but it was so pretty. And it was straight. Let's start with this. You guys talked me into this. I was just going to do it the old way. This is not something I've ever thought of doing before, but it does look great. Looks perfect except for one thing. The trained eye will notice. Can you see it? No bull nose, a straight edge on there, not like this, so it really stands out. We need to fix that. And because I'm an entitled YouTuber and I don't have a real job, I have the time to do things like this by hand. All right, that looks better. And of course, shadow is coming right across our work the moment we want to start right here. I think we're ready to start fastening it down. I just got done putting a deck board on and I got to looking at my stock over there. I have 3 boards left. And more than 3 boards is it going to take to cover this. But the good news is, straight from the sawmill, I've got the fascia boards. Let's go take a look at those. I brought everything out of the sun. I got it stacked up in here. It was starting to twist a little bit. But look at this, isn't this nice? Rough sawn, and those are the fascias. So we'll probably, Lord willing, we'll put those on today as well. And of course, I leave all the worst stuff to the end. I should mix it in the field so I don't have to deal with the garbage always at the end of the job, but that's what I do. This is 20-foot cedar. Look at this guy. Goodness, looks like a horseshoe. It's the worst one. Goodness, look at this thing. It's like a rocking horse. So what I do is I put the bow so it bows this way. Check it out. That's a big gap, right? Now what we can do is we can start the screwing, start mounting it, and just start pressing that over as we need it. But before that, we need to put our chamfer or a bevel on there. It's very hot today. It's supposed to be 104. We've got really high winds. We've got humidity in the teens. Red flag warning, fire. Real high potential for wildland fire. One thing that's guaranteed in life is if you ever use a traditional hand plane on YouTube and you sit it down like that, the boomers they'll blow up the comment section, telling you should always sit it on the side. The reason why that is the shop teachers before power tools got sick of taking care of and maintaining the blades of students that would sit these on top of the table saw or on metal, because that blade sticks beyond the base, right? So they would teach them, put it on the side. So that's where that comes from. If you are a responsible adult and you don't put your edge tools on steel, then you don't need to do that. clean up the other end and we should be done. I'm gonna do a full review on this little Foxfire, but I want to carry it for some time and live with it. But it has the potential to be probably about the perfect fixed blade knife for EDC. Even though it's 100 degrees right now, it doesn't feel too bad because of all the green field. I irrigated real heavily the day before, 2 days before this heat wave came in. And so all of this around, you can just feel the moisture. It just feels like life. Our last place was about 10 miles east of here, and we didn't have water on it. And this time of year, with this wind drives all of the moisture out of the land, out of the edge, out of everything. You just felt like you were dying. Where here, it's a totally different deal. Water, beloved, is going to be the future resource. Do whatever you have to do to secure your supply, whatever that means to you, because it's everything. All right, gentlemen, that is as far as we can go on this today. There is one more piece, but it has some serious problems. So we're actually going to have to cut a piece that goes, up there against the building, about half. And so what I think I'll do is I'll save this one to cut it, because it has some major defects that, like these cracks right here, these are pretty big, and there's a lot of them all on this one side here, another one. So if we can just use 2/3 of this and use the good end, we'll save that for last. So for now, for us, let's finish up the fascias. Well, the 12 o'clock river dip was invigorating. Go! Ha ha! Nice! Jack called me down there to join him, and I'm not hot anymore. 38-degree water. Okay, so let's go ahead and get started with that fascia. I guess I'll bring that out here. We'll probably start over here in the shade, and then we can work our way around and be over there. It'll be shady there, hopefully by the time we get there. What are these? The cabin is 18 wide by 24 plus 6 feet for the deck, and these are 16 plus. Okay, so we're gonna have to splice one splice on the front. So it doesn't really matter what piece. Let's see, 12. Yeah, it doesn't really matter. There's enough here. We'll just have to have one joint. Let's set up a cut station out here. We're gonna have to make some precise cuts. We'll set up on the old Trojans, the toughest sawhorses ever built. I remember buying these sawhorses when I worked for my dad as a teenager. The white paint on them is from primering all the doors, Mrs. W and I's first home. These old tools have a lot of memories. It just makes it makes working with them just, I don't know, the whole experience a little bit richer, especially if they're tied to your family. I hate to say it, but we're going to be trying out this hateful Ryobi Sidewinder. I don't like the blades on the right-hand side. This is an East Coast man's saw, but I'm just not down with having multiple brands and batteries in my tools anymore. Why Ryobi'd put the blade on the wrong side where you can't see it is beyond me. We'll start off by squaring the end here. It's horrible. What happened there? It was jumping all over the place. This little stunt here, beloved, is how to never ever get a tool sponsorship ever again. Not that I've had one anytime soon. Do not do this. This is only for, this is CGI. Oh, I know what it is. The silly thing won't clear. Are you serious? The silly thing won't clear a speed square? You gotta be kidding me. Oh my goodness, that is unbelievable. Look at this. The classic way to give yourself a guide to cut a 90 is run along your speed square. But look at this. This silly thing, it won't, I guess you can see here, it won't clear it, right? The motor's in the way. Now we got a man saw, we can get some work done. Not like those East Coast guys sitting around drinking their Folgers crystals and doing whatever they do. Bagel eating, loafing. Ask me how I know. I worked with them. I know all about them and their unions. One of them showed up, a journeyman carpenter showed up with his tools in a 5-gallon plastic bucket. Didn't know how to read a tape measure. Union carpenter, commercial. Now that is a saw. I think that looks pretty close. Let me put a pin in it here and hold it. My third hand. My cut station is janky. It's going to burn me on this miter, so let's set up over here on the great big nice bench we already have made. We'll of course want to cut a miter because we ain't no scrub. And you can do that with your skill saw. This saw right here, beloved, is really, you can build your whole house with this. I mean, I'm not going to say you can do finished carpentry with it, but with a little practice, it is an incredibly versatile piece of equipment. And the blade is on the right side. So we'll set that to 45 degrees and lock it in good and tight. Now we'll have to change our depth because now that we're at an angle, it's not going to cut as deep, so don't forget that. I cut this on a 45, and we'll break this right at the center point of the cabin. Oh, it's, believe it or not, it's empty. The final piece. All right, I'm gonna put a nail in. I'm good. Drop me down just a tad bit. The northeast corner is giving me trouble. Imagine that. This board had quite a bit of cup in it. I'm gonna try this bigger screw, this 3.5, to see if it will pull it in. It's not a big deal. I just matched up the ends here and I'll take and plane that down if need be. We'll see how much we can get with this big screw. All right, beloved, you know the drill. Proho always has to show his work at the end of the day. So butt joint there looks good. I just carried that line along. This is the northwest corner. It turned out good. I think it's important to make sure you maintain your screw spacing, make it consistent. Those little details are the difference between good and excellent. I've got to cut the flashing, that rubber stuff that hung over. I'll probably put manservant on that. Here's the miter. So not perfect, but pretty good. I centered it, center of the cabin. This is that troublesome northeast corner, but I'll just take that screw out and then plane that a little bit with my number 4, plane that down smooth, and then it'll be fine. And then finally over here, everything good. So it looks really nice. That finishes everything off quite well. I guess I'm missing those deck boards. I'll have to get those coming and then we'll finish it up. Here you can see. Yes. All right. Now, stairs. Stairs are going to be coming up. So let me know in the comments what you think we should do for stairs. I'm thinking full stairs all the way down the front. Maybe even deep ones that roll right out into the view. Let me know what you think. Well, beloved, that is about it. It's been a long, hot, dusty day, and I am tired. Now I get to go start my second job, video editor. Actually, writer, talent, director, sound guy, light guy, carpenter, the whole thing. Thank you for watching. I really do appreciate it. If you haven't already, take a moment and click that thumbs up. May God bless you and your families. Please keep us in your prayers, and we'll see you all on the next video.